If she starts pulling away and your first instinct is to chase her, text more, or ask what went wrong, stop. Because that exact reaction is the reason you lose her. Not because she suddenly lost interest, but because you showed her something far more important than words. You showed her you don't have control over your emotions. And the moment a woman senses that, the dynamic shifts. Now she's not looking at you as the man she was curious about. She's looking at you as someone who reacts, someone who chases, someone who needs her validation to feel okay. And attraction cannot survive in that environment. It slowly fades, not because of one mistake, but because of repeated patterns that signal weakness without you even realizing it. Let's break something most men never understand. Attraction is not built on comfort. It's built on tension. And tension only exists when there's uncertainty, when she doesn't fully have you figured out, when she doesn't feel like she already has you. The moment she feels secure that you're not going anywhere, no matter what she does, that tension disappears. And when tension disappears, so does excitement. And when excitement fades, attention follows. And when attention fades, you start chasing. And that's how the cycle begins. Now think about your behavior carefully. The more she pulls away, the more you move closer. The more she delays, the faster you respond. The more uncertain she becomes, the more certain you try to be. And without realizing it, you destroy the balance that created attraction in the first place. You remove the mystery that made her curious. You eliminate the challenge that made her invest. You become predictable. And predictable is the fastest way to lose attraction, because it gives her emotional certainty without requiring any effort from her side. Here's the part that's hard to accept. When she pulls away, it's not always about you. Sometimes it's her emotions shifting. Sometimes it's her options expanding. Sometimes it's her testing your reaction without even being fully aware of it herself. But regardless of the reason, your response should never change. Because your behavior should not be dictated by her mood. It should be dictated by your standards. That's what separates a man who gets respected from a man who gets controlled. So what should you actually do? Nothing. And I don't mean ignoring her out of anger or ego. I mean nothing from a place of control. No emotional reaction, no chasing, no need to fix, no need to understand immediately. Just space. Because space reveals everything. It reveals her interest level, her intentions, her consistency, and most importantly, your self-respect. Space forces reality to surface without interference. Now let's talk about silence, because this is where most men lose. Silence is uncomfortable. It feels like you're losing control of the situation. It feels like something is slipping away. But in reality, silence is control. When you don't react, you force her to process, to think, to feel the absence of your attention. And attention is something she was getting for free. Now it's gone. And people only value what they feel they might lose. That's human nature. Scarcity creates value, not abundance. So when you stop chasing, you create a gap. And that gap is where attraction has a chance to rebuild. Because now she's wondering, why didn't he react? Why didn't he chase? Why is he so calm? Why is he different from every other guy who would have tried to pull her back instantly? And that curiosity pulls her back more effectively than any message you could ever send. But here's the key that most people get wrong. You're not doing this to manipulate her. You're doing this because it reflects your identity. A man who doesn't chase confusion. A man who doesn't beg for clarity. A man who doesn't lower his value just to maintain temporary attention. Because once you compromise your standards for attention, you teach her exactly how to treat you. Now let's go deeper, because not all pulling away is the same. There are 3 main types, and if you don't understand them, you'll respond incorrectly every time. The first type is emotional fluctuation. She was interested, and she still is, but her emotions shifted temporarily. Maybe she got busy, maybe something stressed her, maybe her focus moved elsewhere. This is normal human behavior. Attraction is not a straight line, it goes up and down. And the worst thing you can do here is overreact. Because your overreaction creates a problem that didn't exist. You turn a small drop in attention into a complete shift in perception. The second type is testing. She wants to see if you'll chase, if you'll lose composure, if you'll start over-investing. Women test behavior, not words. They don't ask if you're confident, they create situations to see if you are. And pulling away is one of the strongest tests because it exposes everything at once. Your patience, your confidence, your emotional control, your self-worth. Most men fail instantly because they don't even realize they're being tested. They react emotionally and give away their position without thinking. The third type is loss of interest. This is the one most men fear, but it's also the one you need to accept. Because if she lost interest, chasing will not bring it back. It will only confirm her decision. Nothing is less attractive than someone trying to convince you to like them. Attraction cannot be negotiated. It cannot be forced. It either exists or it doesn't. And if it's fading, your best move is to step back completely. No pressure, no persuasion, no emotional reaction. Let reality play out without interference. Now let's talk about what happens inside your mind, because this is where everything starts. You begin to overthink. You analyze every message. You replay conversations. You question your actions. You create scenarios that may not even be real. And that mental spiral pushes you toward action. Action that comes from anxiety, not clarity. And any action that comes from anxiety will always lower your value. Always. So instead of reacting externally, you need to control internally. You need to sit with the discomfort. You need to allow the silence to exist without trying to fill it. You need to resist the urge to act. Because discipline is not about what you do, it's about what you don't do when emotions are high. Here's something deeper that most people ignore. Detachment is attractive. Not because you don't care, but because you're not dependent. There's a difference between interest and neediness. You can enjoy her presence, you can like her energy, but you don't rely on her to feel stable. And when that energy is real, it shows in everything. Your timing, your tone, your reactions, your decisions. You don't rush, you don't panic, you don't chase. You remain steady. And steadiness is rare, which is why it stands out. Now bring this into a real scenario. She used to reply quickly, now she replies hours later or the next day. Your old mindset says something is wrong, I need to fix it. Your new mindset says nothing has changed unless her actions prove it consistently. You observe, not react. You match energy, not to play games, but to maintain balance. Because balance is what keeps attraction alive. And when she comes back, which she often will, this is where most men fail again. They get excited, they respond instantly, they over-engage, and they reward inconsistency. They teach her that she can disappear and still get full attention when she returns. And that resets the dynamic into a cycle where you are always chasing and she is always controlling the pace. Instead, you stay consistent. You don't ignore her, but you don't over-prioritize her either. You respond when it fits your time, not when it fits her timing. Because your life is not built around her attention. Your life is already full, already structured, already meaningful. Now here's the deeper truth. The real power is not in making her come back. It's in being completely okay if she doesn't. Because when you reach that level, you are no longer operating from fear of loss. You are operating from self-respect and choice. And that energy is felt without words. People can sense when you need them, and they can sense when you don't. And the one who doesn't need always has the advantage. Not because he plays games, but because he is grounded in himself. So the next time she pulls away, remember this. Do nothing. Not because you don't care, but because you refuse to react emotionally to uncertainty. Stay calm, stay focused, stay in control. Let her actions reveal everything you need to know. Because the right woman does not require chasing. She does not create constant confusion. She does not reward inconsistency. She meets your energy, respects your presence, and invests naturally. And if she doesn't, then your silence didn't lose her. It revealed her. And that's not rejection, that's clarity. And clarity saves you time, energy, and emotional investment that would have been wasted on the wrong person. Most men will never understand this, but now you do. Subscribe if you want to stay ahead.